The airline business is looking up. Economists predict this year could set a record for profits, nearly $20 billion. The highest returns are likely to be made by commercial carriers surrounding the Persian Gulf. That is where the largest order for new planes was placed last year. CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg went to the region to learn why demand is so high. Peter, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie. You know, more passengers than ever are flying on airlines based in the Gulf states. And the region's three biggest carriers, Etihad, Qatar, and Emirates, have set ambitious goals to become dominant players, not only in the region, but the world. Each carrier doubled economic growth last year, and now they're buying more planes, flying more routes, and building bigger airports.
This is Concourse B, then we have Concourse A.
Qatar Airways CEO Akbar Al-Bakr is leading us through the new international airport in Doha.
And these are play areas for the kids.
Set to officially open this month.
This whole wall is stone.
Where every building material matters. And the effort of every builder is held to the highest standard.
Excuse me, what are you fixing?
With a cost of $16 billion, such attention to detail is expected from the country's royal family, which is footing the bill.
I need to achieve the mandate I have from my ruler as soon as possible. Yeah. We want to have the airline and the airport to have a major hub and serve the economic interest of my country.
This new airport is also an economic necessity in the rapidly growing Gulf airline industry. It's a game of numbers, huge numbers, and space. The airline has ordered so many new planes, they've literally run out of places to park them. Last year, Qatar, along with Gulf carriers Fly Dubai, Emirates, and Etihad, combined to place the largest airplane order in aviation history at more than $162 billion.
It's one of those regions that is growing at significant double-digit growth. They have enormous plans for the future.
Tim Clark is the president of Emirates Airlines, which is based in Dubai, a city that's experienced annual economic growth of 11% or better since the late 1980s. Clark sees Emirates' expansion as another part of the plan to develop the region into both a business and leisure destination.
The notion of expanding with large numbers of aircraft, adding new routes, is kind of anathema to the current state of thinking.
Yeah, everybody else is shrinking, you're booming.
Yeah, and hey-ho, that's just our business model.
You got the A380s over there. Well, it's a business model based on geography, setting the Persian Gulf as the new crossroads of international travel.
Our growth plan has been taking advantage of this crossroad.
James Hogan is the CEO of Etihad Airlines. The 10-year-old Abu Dhabi-based carrier is the fastest-growing commercial airline in the world. Hogan says being new to the market has enabled Etihad to take off.
We've had a clean sheet of paper. We're not a legacy carrier, so we've been able to develop a brand, a service, and build a business from scratch.
The big three Gulf carriers are now a familiar sight at most major American airports, where they are now competing for highly coveted first and business class passengers.
We are head and shoulders above any carrier that you are flying in your country, with the standards of service, with the amenities we provide to our passengers, with the comfort we provide to our passengers.
Some of those services include personal chefs, showers, and Etihad Airways just upped the ante with their new first-class section called The Apartment. And, get this, a 3-room penthouse suite called The Residence, which will cost you $20,000 each way.
We're competing, but we want to compete on a level playing field.
Nicholas Callio lobbies for the American airline industry. He argues since Gulf airlines are state-owned, they're given an unfair advantage over American carriers.
Those airlines that we're competing with have a much better tax, regulatory, labor, and infrastructure environment than we do. Our government often treats us, as you know, as a cash cow.
Explain what that means as a cash cow.
Well, right now, airlines and their passengers pay more taxes and higher taxes than virtually any other industry. It's over 21% of the cost of a ticket.
Without taking risks, you'll never get anywhere.
Emirates Airlines' Tim Clark argues profit, above all else, is what keeps his company flying, and claims it's the U.S. carriers who receive the most government assistance.
We have never had protection. We've never had Chapter 11. We've certainly not had any more money from the government.
And with year-over-year record profits, they haven't needed it. Yeah, and they haven't needed it. In fact, they're adding about one new route every 10 days. That's unheard of in the airline business. Etihad alone is going to Los Angeles, Emirates is Los Angeles, Dallas, Philadelphia, Miami. It never stops.
And why can't American Airlines compete?
Well, some of these airlines are accused of having an unlimited budget and then exceeding them. Yeah. We have one guy who actually is trying to raise money to fly on that plane on the residents. Yeah. He went to Kickstarter, raised $13,000.
All right, Peter, thank you.